The left thinks that pro-Hamas protesters, rioters, should wear masks, but they're melting down over ICE agents covering their faces. From Beacon Hill to Capitol Hill, Democrat lawmakers are pushing bills to stop ICE from wearing face coverings. And now, get this, some in the media are suggesting there could be violent consequences if that doesn't happen.
We see people being pulled off the streets. You know, the danger to law enforcement, quite frankly, is that when you're masked like that and people don't know who you are, someone might exercise their lawful right of self-defense to protect themselves, thinking they're being kidnapped. So the notion that this is for law enforcement's protection is utterly ludicrous.
And House Democrats say that their constituents are demanding they put their lives on the line to defy ICE, including being, quote, willing to get shot. But ICE agents are under attack across the country, and they're struggling to protect themselves. Assaults up nearly 700%, and with 79 documented violent incidents this year. A couple really quick points before I toss this over to you, Griff. One, just like in the California raids, they got the intelligence, they went to a judge, they got a warrant. They're going in fully identified HSI, ERO dependent, particularly. They're clearly identified, and even the vehicle license plates are government plates. Take it.
Well, look, you know, and in that intro, as we pointed out last night, David, the numbers of assaults is up nearly 700% based on numbers that were up to June 30th of this year compared to last year. In the first 10 days of July, we have seen violent attempts on federal immigration officers' lives from California to Texas on multiple occasions. 2 police officers in 2 separate instances have been shot. And to that woman in that clip that said that, you know, this is all not holding up, that the law enforcement's worried about their safety. There is a group that has a website up that has facial recognition. Take a picture of an ICE or Border Patrol agent, send it in, and facial recognition will identify them, put their information out on the web. And that puts not only the agents, but also their spouses and their children in grave danger. And, you know, as earlier this week when I sat with DHS Secretary Noem, I asked her whether or not she was worried she was going to attend, if she was going to have to attend the funeral of an ICE officer. And she said she thinks about it every day. And so this rhetoric has got to come down. And I think President Trump made the right move to tweet out that at some point ICE agents are going to have to find the resources to defend themselves when literally you show up, as you point out, David, with a legal warrant to conduct an immigration raid, and they're met with rocks being pelted to their vehicles and a whole lot worse, a man shooting a gun in the air.
Well, we've almost had that death already, Lisa. You don't peacefully shoot someone in the neck.
No, I mean, the Democrat Party has blood on their hands. I don't know how else to say it besides that. I mean, the Democrat Party is a party of destabilization and chaos as well. They fuel political thuggery, and their base demands it. Per the Axios article, that they want blood, you have to be willing to be shot, that civility is no longer working, and you have to go to violence. And then you have people who should know better fueling it, like people like Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota. Obviously, he was the former vice presidential nominee. Didn't go so well for him. But calling ICE the Gestapo, or Congresswoman Jayapal calling ICE a terrorist force, or that vice mayor in California calling on gangs to take back their turf. And then the result of all that is, of course, what Griff laid out. You know, you've got that July 4th Alberta, Texas ambush that took place, the 10 individuals who were charged. They lure ICE agents out with fireworks and then fire off 20 to 30 rounds. Looks like they're prepared for war if you read through everything they had on them. So, you know, obviously this isn't going to end well. And, you know, ultimately Democrats already have blood on their hands. Hopefully they don't have any more.
You know, Alicia, it goes back to something I said earlier. Who are the Democrats? That woman in the shot that we played is talking about your right to defend yourself. No such right exists with an identified law enforcement officer. So for someone who might follow that, you're probably going to end up being on the receiving end of that shot.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And, you know, and when this administration came in to office, they came in with a clear message from the American people to shut down the border, take care of illegal immigration. They knew that this job it's not going to always be pretty, and it's not definitely going to be easy. But we're talking about federal law enforcement agents. We're talking about moms, dads, brothers, sisters, people who are doing their job. And there are people out there who disagree with the policy. If you disagree with the policy and the raids, that's one thing. But if then you're attacking the law enforcement officer, that's a totally different animal that we're talking about here. So, yeah, and to not get out there and say, this has got to stop is really difficult.
And dangerous. Dangerous for the people who think they can get away with it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.